As Jess watched Confessor Cromwell ranting next to the now defunct shell of Megaton's bomb, she began to seriously ponder this horrifying new world she'd found herself in. The twisted and broken countryside stretched for miles around, populated by raiders, rabid dogs, mutated animals, and those, what did they call them, super mutants? At least 8 feet tall, and more terrifying than anything she could have imagined in her wildest nightmares. Back in the vault, she'd begun to dismiss the exaggerated and precautionary warnings about the effects of radiation as ignorant scaremongering with very little scientific basis, but ironically, it seemed the warnings drilled into her from an early age were barely a shadow of the warped horrors that stalked the wasteland outside her front door. Beyond the wastes lay the shattered remains of Washington, D.C., a grey mess of shattered concrete and twisted rebar that was looming constantly on the horizon. You could see the Capitol and what she assumed was the Washington Monument from the gates of Megaton. It was where she needed to go if she was going to find Dad, but the thought of heading into those claustrophobic streets almost paralysed her with dread. She didn't know exactly what was in there waiting for her. Lucas Sims hadn't been very specific, and that only made it worse. After all, so far, every time she'd thought she'd seen the most horrifying thing the wasteland had to offer, something bigger, nastier, and more dangerous had reared its ugly head in response. It wasn't all doom and gloom, though, she thought, as she examined her shiny new laser pistol. The Super Duper Mart had been terrifying at first, almost pitch dark, with human bodies hanging from the ceiling like some kind of satanic abattoir, but then she recalled the thrill of luring a panicky raider into a corridor full of landmines, and later watching one of them completely disintegrate under the focused beam of her laser rifle. Seeing their fear as she began picking them off one by one in the dark was satisfying. To turn the tables like that and suddenly become the one in control had given her a rush like nothing she'd ever experienced. She began to wonder if that was good or bad. Was it sick that she'd taken so much pleasure in ending the lives of other human beings? No, she told herself. They were sick fucks, and they had to be put down. If she didn't, nobody else would. Her mind then wandered to the dead hitmen she'd found outside the Super Duper Mart, and suddenly, her confidence left her completely. Chemmed up, disorganized raiders were one thing, but trained killers like that was something else entirely. She ran through the encounter again in her head and suddenly realized something. They were waiting for her. They knew, somehow, that she'd gone north of the Potomac. And they knew that there was only one bridge leading back across it, so that's where they'd waited. The sudden realization that these people, outnumbering her with better training, better equipment, and better knowledge of the landscape almost sent Jess into a panic attack. Then she had an idea. She decided to speak to Lucas Sims about it, and she showed him the note she'd found. He read it quietly and with a concerned look, but nodded with understanding. The B, he said, stands for Burke. At least I'm pretty damn sure it does. He explained that this Mr. Burke had been staying in Megaton until very recently, and that people said he worked for this tenpenny guy the note mentioned. Sims didn't like him, and had been fixing to find an excuse to kick the guy out of town if possible, until he up and left of his own accord, anyway. The sheriff paused for a second, and then continued in a hushed voice. Look, I wouldn't normally do something like this, but you've done us all one hell of a service disarming that bomb, so I figure we all owe you something. He pressed a small key into Jess's hand. It was to Mr. Burke's house, he explained. Sims had a spare key to most of the places in Megaton. It was part of his job. You've got my permission to search the place, he said. Just be quiet about it, alright? Jess nodded, and thanked him profusely before heading to the house. If she was lucky, maybe she'd find something, anything, she could use to her advantage. Right. Okay. Let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Burke. Well, there's no one here at least. An old hat, glasses, bottle of whiskey, empty desk. Anything in here? A belt and an iron. Wonderful. Some funny looking schematics, I guess. Might take those. Clipboard, anything? No. Useless rubbish. Damn. Empty lockers. Well, that was me hoping for something useful. Something that can help me get an edge on these people trying to kill me for whatever reason, but never mind. Well, it was worth a try. What are these? Well, it's some kind of mask and... Ho-ho! Hey, look at that! Cyborg jest for the win.
Give me a kiss to build a dream on, and my imagination will thrive upon that kiss. Sweetheart, I ask no more than this.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 3. That was sort of vaguely appropriate, Wadsworth. Well done. Anyway, welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 3. First off, I apologise for the infrequency with which these videos have been updated recently. Bloody just bugger off, Wadsworth, seriously. I apologise with the timing of these videos, for the timing of these videos recently. Just haven't had a great deal of time, or a great deal of motivation, actually, for that matter, to actually do these recently, and record them, and upload them, and render them, and all that kind of rubbish. I'm having all sorts of technical problems, in addition to the fact that I just sort of haven't really felt like actually doing it for a while. But yeah, so I apologise for that. I'm going to be trying to get it done more regularly as we go forward. The main problem I'm facing at the minute is the fact that I really am bottlenecked in the amount of stuff I can upload on a regular basis by the awful internet connection I have to deal with here. So it has a very annoying habit of just sort of, I don't know how to put it really, just sort of randomly dying every now and again, prompting you to actually have to physically reboot manually the router, or router if you're American, and you know, reset the network connection that way. And obviously, if the way I used to do this back when I was living at home in Kettering is that what I would do was I would leave this kind of stuff uploading overnight on, like, say, my laptop or something, because that way the large file size and the relatively poor upload speed was never really an issue that way, because I had as much time as I needed. However, over here you can't do that, because half the time the internet connection will just sort of die again at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and you'll wake up the following, well, you know, you'll wake up later that morning and then you'll find out your video didn't upload because the internet died halfway through. So and nobody was awake to reset the router at the time. So it's difficult, it really is. In addition to the fact that I'm now sharing an internet connection, which is not a terrifically bad internet connection in and of itself, it's just I am sharing it with 4 other students, you know. So, and we're all doing our own stuff, like watching films. One of the guys who lives upstairs from me, he actually does live streams every now and again. So, yeah. It's got to the point where even trying to play online games like War Thunder is a bit tricky sometimes, because my ping just goes through the roof when other people are using the connection. So, yeah. I do apologise. I'm doing what I can, but there really is a limit to how much I can do. And I appreciate your frustration, because I get annoyed when I'm really into a series I'm watching and it never gets updated. So I really do feel your pain. as far as that's concerned, and I'm working on it. I'm doing my best, but there's limits to what I can accomplish at the minute. That's all. Anyway, so back to the game. I'm going to do a little bit more talking at the beginning here, so feel free to skip ahead by a minute or two. It won't be long. I just wanted to mention that because it'll be fairly obvious as soon as this video gets going and you're watching. I have uninstalled Project Reality, which was the weather and lighting mod I had installed. I've uninstalled that completely, and I've replaced it with Fellout. Now, I used to use, back when I played this far more regularly than I do now, Fellout was the mod that I used all the time. Basically what it does is it just sort of makes the nights obviously much darker, and it removes the vanilla lighting's sort of greenish tint from the game, and gives you a more natural sort of look. The reason I've done this is because Project Reality was quite nice, but it was really hampering my frame rate, excessively so. It used to be a serious problem as well in Fallout New Vegas, because there is a New Vegas version of Project Reality, and that one's even worse. It really cuts your frame rate almost in half sometimes, especially when it's, as we saw a couple of videos back, when it's raining or something. So I have replaced it with Fellout. So obviously we're not going to be getting any more sort of epic thunderstorms, rain, snow, and none of that sort of stuff anymore. We're just going to be back to the standard vanilla weather, which is just generally, well, a bit dull, but you know, it probably suits the whole irradiated wasteland Fallout style setting a bit better. It also changes the lighting to the extent where we will no longer be seeing this kind of, the way I had it before, where we had this sort of cold, almost bluish wasteland, which looked like it was a very cold place. Like as I described it, a sort of nuclear tundra. That's not really going to be the case anymore. Everything's going to look a lot warmer. But on the bright side, the lighting, just simply changing a lighting mod like that has had a remarkable effect on the game itself. I've noticed it. Almost everything looks different, from the textures to, you know, shadows, everything. So one of the nice side effects is that everything seems a lot crisper and clearer now. You might not be very noticeable in the video, honestly, because I only upload in 720p, but certainly while I'm running around in the wasteland in the middle of the day, things at my end look a lot crisper and cleaner and clearer. Because I don't know what it was about Project Reality, but it made everything sort of slightly blurry and hazy. Especially when you had stuff like the windy weather types and that sort of thing. It made everything... Shut up, Wadsworth. It made everything very blurry and hazy, like I said, and that looks different now. And you know, it's really a test. I want to see if it does have that much of an effect on frame rate. It should do. It should. So anyway, that's just a heads up. Things are going to look a bit different, but don't panic. There's a reason for it. So yeah, anyway, back to the game itself. So I apologise for that rambly, ranty intro, which kind of had very little to do with the actual game itself, but never mind, it kind of had to be said. So here we are, we're at Jess's house in Megaton. It's been about a day since the last episode. We obviously you had that little interlude a bit earlier just now when she went to Mr. Burke's house, tried to search, she didn't find anything useful other than these two items here, the Advanced Recon Breather, which is this thing, which is part of the Advanced Recon mod I have installed, which allows us to breathe underwater. It gives us 25 rad resistance and 25 poison resistance, and it's a useful bit of kit, I suppose, but it's not the real reason I installed the mod. The reason I installed the mod is because it contains this Advanced Recon Night Vision. So you put the goggles on, and as you can see here, it gives you Perception +1, and you know, you have the little, it's more like, it's not really night vision goggles, it's more like a night vision monocle. But anyway, in addition to looking pretty snazzy, it gives you the benefits of actually being able to use night vision. As you can see here, it has multiple stages. This is the first stage, and I warn you, things are going to get a bit bright, because this night vision here is tuned to very dark nights, which we're going to be getting with Fellout. So yeah, you have this stage, brighter, Then you get this sort of green stage, which has a whole bunch of extra stages, which goes all the way to this, I think. Oh, even further to 7, and then it goes off. You also notice that there's a little icon there. It shows you the stage, the lighting we've got on here, but also that the little energy cell icon you can see there. Well, basically the night vision goggles, they use energy cells to operate, which are Fallout's batteries, I guess, in a way. They're what I used as ammunition for my laser pistol. And yeah, so it goes through those, and obviously the more intense the night vision you have on is, the faster it actually goes through those energy cells. Now, it won't go through them at a terrific rate. You know, it's fairly slow. There you go, I just went through the tail end of one just now. But I basically don't have unlimited night vision. It does rely on a resource in the form of energy cells. It also, if I can remember what bloody button it is, yes, it also has thermal vision, which also chews through the energy cells as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but it certainly does the job.
It's good to see you alive and well, madam.
It's pretty useful if you're in the dark or if you're in interiors, because I believe you might actually be able to... Yeah, see, look at that. You can actually see things through walls to a certain degree. It's very, very clever. It's made by Gopher, who many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with, who is a YouTuber and modder as well. And that was one of the first mods he made, I believe, and put up on the Nexus. And I'm a big fan of it, actually. I've used it many times before. And it works perfectly with the Darker Interiors mod, which I have installed, and Fellout as well. So, anyway.
Things are going well for you today, madam.
Yeah, so we've got this. I really feel like I should really hotkey this. It doesn't seem necessary that we wear it all the time. Although the perception bonus, I suppose, is nice. Yeah, screw it. I'll leave it on for now. So yeah, basically, so what we're going to be doing now, well, we do have a quest. Well, we obviously have the ongoing goal of finding Dad, but that's going to take some time. We also have the short-term goal of getting irradiated for Moira to study us. Now, obviously, Jess is very, 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 very apprehensive about doing anything to do with radiation. And so, while I could have easily just jumped in the pool of irradiated water down in the middle of Megaton and got it over and done with that way, I'm not going to, because I don't think Jess would actually do it. She's a little too terrified of radiation to actually go through with something as completely insane as that. So, what's going to happen is it's going to be the case that I will complete that quest as soon as I actually have the requisite amount of radiation just from randomly picking it up places while we're exploring and stuff like that. As I've said before, Jess really has an almost irrational fear of radiation as a result of her upbringing in the vault. And so, you know, she doesn't want anything to do with it, and she's certainly not going to jump in a pool of irradiated water and go for a bit of a paddle just so that Moira can study us or whatever. So, yeah. What are we going to be doing instead then? Well, we do still need to find Dad. And while we certainly have no intention of entering the DC ruins proper...
It's good to see you alive and well.
Will you please shut up? We're not going to be entering the DC ruins proper yet, but it's probably about time we did a bit of scouting in that general direction. So that's what we're going to be doing, really. No real goal, just wandering off, doing a bit of exploring, a bit of scavenging, and a little bit of scouting and seeing, you know, go off and find some landmarks, basically. That's all we're going to be doing. Getting a bit more experience. At some point I would quite like to level up and then just sort of increase my small gun skill by a ridiculous amount, because at the minute we could go to the DC ruins or wherever, but I think we'd probably end up dead pretty quickly for the simple reason that Jess cannot shoot to save her life at the minute. Look at the wobble on that gun. It's just it's atrocious. So yeah, we need to upgrade our small gun skill, which means we're going to need to go find some experience and so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing, basically. It's 4:14 PM. But we might not get very far. I'm going to go exploring anyway. So, Armored Vault 101 jumpsuit, leather backpack,
Oh, madam.
night vision monocle, bandana, guns, the lot. What have we got in the way of guns? Well, I've got the trusty hunting rifle, my laser pistol, frag mines, frag grenades, bottle cap mines, 10mm pistol, and the trusty DKS-501 sniper rifle, which has a metric ton of bullets. So I'm definitely taking this thing with me. And I did go back and check, and I did, and yeah, it's definitely a gun from the original Fallout. I'm actually doing a replay myself in my own personal time, not on the channel or anything. I'm actually replaying Fallout 1 at the minute, and I did in fact encounter this gun in the game, so I can say with a overwhelming degree of certitude that this is actually a gun from the original Fallout that's probably added by Fallout Wanderers Edition, one would assume. So anyway, time to sod off. We've got work to do. It's quite late in the afternoon, but you know, we're not afraid of the dark anymore because we've got our night vision now, courtesy of Mr. Burke, wherever the hell he may be. Pox be upon him. Hopefully we're not going to get attacked by any Talon mercenaries, of course. That wouldn't be very nice. And yeah, as you'll probably tell immediately, yeah, this is... Megaton's looking a lot browner. It's because of Fellout, basically. Now, how am I doing for my basic needs? Oh, we're fine. We're not very hungry or thirsty or anything. Looks like I remembered to take care of that, at least. Let's go. Right then. Alright, so I know that panting noise anywhere. Come on, you. Let's go. And yeah, like I said, everything undoubtedly looks a little bit different now. It's if you're interested, now that I'm using Fellout and have therefore completely changed my Imaginator settings and whatnot, if you are interested, this is what they currently look like. Like that, and like that. So there you go. Again, as usual, a work in progress, but I'm pretty damn happy with this actually right now. I think the game's looking quite pretty indeed. The only thing I'm maybe a little bit on the fence about is the brightness of the nights at the minute. I have a submod installed which is Fallout Brighter Nights, because original Fallout's nights are, well, they're basically pitch black. You cannot see a hand in front of your face, and even with night vision goggles it's very difficult to see where you're going. So I did install that, but we'll see, because obviously it's quite late in the day at the minute, and well, I imagine it'll be nightfall by the time we make our way back to Megaton. So then, on the bright side, my frame rate is way better than it was before. In the minute, I might be recording, but oops. You know what? Yeah, go for it, dog mate. I might be recording, and I am getting the occasional stutter here and there, which is kind of normal for Fallout, really. My frame rate is so much better than it was before. It was incredibly sluggish with Project Reality. You guys will not have noticed it very much because videos recorded for, oh, what the bloody hell? Never mind. Seem to have been rudely interrupted by a man with a large sledgehammer. I'm trying to remember what my gun hotkeys are at the minute, I'm afraid. Right, okay, so we've got 1, 2, 5. Do I have 6, 7, and 8 or anything? Oh, right, that's the command interface thing. Right, okay, well, I need to hotkey some weapons, clearly. 10mm pistol, you're kind of rubbish to me at the minute. I'm going to reassign the laser pistol to 1. Sniper rifle can be 3. And you know what, that's fine for now, actually. wanted to use this on this guy because he's got armor on, but never mind. Apocalypse Gladiator armor. Really? Oh, crikey. I tell you what, it's kind of valuable, even if it weighs a ridiculous amount. So the hell... Screw it. Let's take it with us. We've got loads of carrying capacity at the minute. We've got... Well, not now that we've picked that up, but still. Whoa, hello.
Those monsters, they're gonna get me.
Okay, who, what? What's going on?
Those things. They keep coming. They scare me. Make it stop.
Look, yeah, unless you tell me what's actually going on, I can't help you, you know.
Those things. It's all their fault. They did this to us.
Look, calm down. It's gonna be okay, alright? Just, could you tell me what's going on?
No. Those things. They're right behind me. Leave me alone.
Look, just... Okay, kid, listen. I'm gonna say it once. Stop your whining. I can't help you at all if you keep this up.
No, you don't care. The grown-ups never cared. Now they're all dead. Well, fine. You'll just die too.
Look, threat. Right, okay, whatever. You'd have to be a real dumbass to pick that option, I swear to God. Anyway, look, I'm sorry, just calm down and tell me what's going on.
Please don't get mad at me. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. Just help me. Promise you'll help me.
Well, I'd like to help, but I need to know what the problem is.
Those big things. They're all over Grayditch, and they killed everyone. Please, mister, please find my papa.
Mister? Crikey, I'm not that ugly, am I? Oh, you've lost your dad. Oh dear. Well, don't tug on the bloody heartstrings. Whatever you do, good grief. What happened here?
It used to be kind of nice. No one bothered us there. I guess because we were so close to DC. There were 7 of us living there in tall, old brick houses. I think I'm the last one left. Those things took everyone else.
Who else lived in Grayditch then?
Besides me and my papa, there was Doc Lesko, who stayed with us, and Will Brandis, and his mama and papa, too. I guess they're all gone now.
So, did you know them very well?
Nah. People don't like to stay long in Grayditch. The DC ruins aren't a great place to make a home, you know. In fact, Papa was talking about moving on soon. We've been here for maybe a year.
Alright, just let me ask you something else a second.
Alright. What is it?
What can you tell me about these things you're on about, exactly?
Well, they're big, ugly things that crawl around on 6 legs. They got huge teeth and skitter around grabbing everything in their path. My papa would always say they're fucking ants. Well, that's what he used to call them anyway.
Okay.
I just call them fire ants.
For fire ants, have they always been around here, or what?
Nah, those things started coming around only in the last few months. At first, they just crawled around outside our town. But later, they came into town, and, well, you know the rest.
So is there any kind of way to hurt them at all? I don't know. Any weak spots?
My papa had a gun. He said it hurt those things. But he said they were the dumbest fucking ants he ever saw. He kept telling everyone to shoot for their antenna. Whatever that means.
Okay, so where's your house?
Look for the house nearest to the billboard. That's sticking out of the ground. It's pretty close to the diner. You can't miss it.
Right, well... Okay, fine. I'll go look for your dad then, in that case.
You will? Really? Thanks a whole lot. My house is the one closest to the huge sign and the old diner.
Yeah, you said.
Please, find my papa and make him come back.
Look, is there any way you can, I don't know, just sort of hole up while I'm busy searching?
Well, there is the personal shelter next to the old diner. Papa always said to stay away from it. But I guess it's supposed to be safe. I'll head over there and wait inside. Hurry back.
Alright. Those. Quest added. Okay. I don't think there was any way we could have refused that request, Dogmeat. Some other poor kid out there who's lost their dad. Oh dear. You have to be pretty damn mean-spirited to not try and lend some sort of a hand. Alright, so, well, we have something to do in the meantime, I guess. Dogmeat, where you... Oh, there you are. Hello. Yeah. So, I just want to... Hang on a second. Audio... Well, I'll turn the music up a bit. It's reviewing the old footage, and even though I thought it was a bit loud in the actual game itself, it wasn't particularly loud on the video, so I'm turning that up a bit. I put this blasted Fallout 1 music in here. I might as well listen to the damn stuff. There's got to be something in here. This can't just be a completely empty building, can it? I guess it can just be a completely empty building. Well, never mind. So, Grayditch. Let's have a look. Ah, it's this way. Right. Okay then. Well, fire ants. God only knows what the hell fire ants are. Right, okay. Oh, look at that. The Washington Monument's looming in the background there. Very disconcerting. Oops, steady on, game. Right, just be very, very quiet, Dogmeat. We're hunting fire ants, apparently. Oh, no. What's this then? Welcome to Grayditch, I think that says. Man, you've got to love how creepy the old Fallout 1 music actually is. It's magnificent. Oh, hello. More giant ants. Alright, I got it. Okay, there's the diner he mentioned. So, over there somewhere? That's supposed to be where his dad's house is. Got a whole bunch of ants. Well... Well, I think there's some way to hold your breath when you're using a sniper rifle with Fallout 1 Edition. I don't know what it is though, so never mind. Oh, hello. There's one over there. Just see him moving around. There we go. Damn it. Oh, Jess, get your shit together. Come on. There we go. Apparently we're in combat now, so... Well... No, okay, we're not in combat anymore. Right, fine. Well, anyway. Wow. I do like the lighting effects in Fellout. I really do, especially in the evenings like this. Ah. And I love the sound effects added by Eve. That's what it is, by the way. In case you were wondering. Oh dear. Some people did ask why do the laser rifles and such sound different. It's because I'm using Eve. It also adds new sounds in addition to new visuals. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. We really need to upgrade our small gun skill. Like, really badly. Oddly enough, the sway on my energy weapons doesn't seem quite as bad. Don't know why. I'm not really sure what my energy weapon skill actually is. I certainly didn't upgrade it last time I leveled up, so... Let's take a closer look at one of these things. Well, it was kind of like the giant ants we found outside Megaton. So, and they don't seem particularly difficult to deal with, but... Plus you seem to be able to hear them from a mile away. Dog meat. Be careful. Whoa! Okay. That's certainly new. You're right there, dog. Oh, awesome. Right. Small guns 28, energy weapons 29. Well, that's higher than I thought it was. Anyway, you know what we're doing. Wouldn't have minded putting some points into energy weapons and repair as well, but I desperately need the accuracy on my guns at the minute. Let's see, controlled breathing will let you completely still. You have much steadier aim when using scoped weapons, and also deal more damage with them. Oh, I like that. Oh. Oh. What else we got? Body shield. You've mastered the skill of using objects to shield yourself from incoming attacks. With this perk, whenever you're holding an object out in front of you with the grab key, you have maximum damage resistance. Wow, really? Okay, yeah, that just gives us more buffs to science and whatnot. Gun nut would be nice just for the additional guns and repair bonus, but swift reflexes. Oh, that's the bullet time thing, and I've not been using bullet time, so fish girl. Thanks to the radiation of the wasteland, you have developed gills that allow you to breathe underwater. What? Oh dear. Higher ground. Gonna keep on trying till you reach the higher ground. With this perk, while you are standing on a table or a chair, your attacks inflict double damage. Okay. Oh dear. It's the ultimate perk pack that's adding these, by the way. I love it. It's ridiculous. Intense training. You're gonna need to go for that bit at some point, I think, but not yet. Marksman. All those years of shooting at the stationary targets in Vault 101 with your BB gun have paid off. With this perk, you deal 10% more damage to targets that are not moving. Not a morning person. Polar existence. Scoundrel. Will to death. With this perk, if you kill a target in VATS, 10 action points are restored upon exiting VATS. Well, I don't really use VATS very much either, so I'm going to go with controlled breathing. Definitely. I like the look of that. I seriously like the look of that, actually. I have to be honest, I'm kind of... Wow, yeah, that's way less weapon sway than before. I'm definitely kind of beginning to see Jess as something of a kind of... almost like an urban warfare specialist, kind of like the snipers in Stalingrad during the Second World War. You know, putting booby traps up all over the place and then biding your time, using your sneak skill in this game it would be to your maximum advantage, and then picking your targets and then taking them out from as long a distance away as possible. It's kind of what I see Jess really becoming eventually. At the minute she's just a hapless fool, really, to be fair. But eventually, one day, I can see it becoming quite a deadly sniper. I'm also going to switch my night vision on at this point because it's getting a little bit dim out here, and I'm aware that on the video it can seem a little bit worse than it usually is in the game for me, so... Whoops. Well, I did hit him, it looks like. Well, the first time, anyway. Damn it. There we go. Doesn't really matter, we've got plenty of ammo for this thing anyway, so... So as you can see, I'm using the low light vision that the night vision goggle gives you. 2 levels of this before you go into actual night vision. Makes things a little bit brighter. I kind of don't like to have it on all the time, By the way, if there's a quick way of exiting that, by the way, I'd love to know what it is. Maybe you... Where you... Yeah, that's not much quicker at all. But anyway, yeah. I quite like the moodiness of the dim lighting in the evenings like this. It looked glorious, certainly on my screen anyway, but... It's not terrifically practical when you're supposed to be shooting at stuff. Really. Dog meat. Dude, seriously. You're blocking my shots, man. Come on. Whatever. Switch the pip light on as well. Sorry, the pip boy light. It's not very good though, to be honest. It's right, more useful when you're indoors. Speaking of sniping. Whoa, blimey, really? Did not do a lot of damage. Oh, I think I crippled one of his legs. Damn it! Come on. It's actually quite difficult to see the there we go. You're right, dog meat. Oh god, he got himself roasted alive. Don't worry, folks. He'll be back up in a minute. He's essential. Meantime, however, we've got other problems. Ah, there you are. Now, see, here's one of the things I like about the way Fallout's character progression works as opposed to the way it works in the Elder Scrolls. Ent meat. Are you valuable? Nope, not even slightly. I have to admit, to a certain degree, it actually makes sense the way the Elder Scrolls work. Like, the more you use a skill, basically, the more it increases. But sometimes that can be a bit annoying. Like, for instance, right now, I'm using this laser pistol instead of, say, my 10mm pistol. And if this was Skyrim, for example, that would actually be... Well, oh, hello. Love that. Excuse me. That would actually be a bad thing, because it would be increasing my energy weapon skill instead of my gun skill. And the minute I want to increase my gun skill and not my energy weapon skill. However, though, because this is Fallout, I can use this or, say, a melee weapon with pretty much impunity. Yeah, well, we're definitely in Grayditch. No doubt about that, is there? I can use this pretty much with impunity and still just increase my guns every time I level up. Honestly, I think I prefer that. I really do. What have we got here? An overturned sofa. An empty, broken shelf. Wow. Best scavenging trip ever. And oh, hello. Told you'd be back. Oh yeah, by the way, people told me that I think there's just some sort of weird glitch with dog meat and Megaton, because apparently if I go into Megaton and then just go straight into my house, then he will actually follow me into the house, even though he didn't come through the gate with me into Megaton, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can hear one of them around here somewhere. Oh, there you are. You little sod. Dog meat! Ouch. There's another one here. Alright. These fire ant soldiers seem to be a lot tougher. And they also apparently breathe fire. That's new. Actually, you know what? I'm beginning to think I should use my 10mm pistol at this point, for the simple reason that I need these energy cells for my night vision. Alright, now what? There we go. No bother at all. Right then. I can't remember exactly which house it is he said was his dad's, but I'm hoping it's this one. Alright, Wilkes' house, right, okay. Yeah, might be a good idea to switch this on as well. I actually do quite like as well, by the way it has a sort of ring effect with the night vision, even the low light vision. It kind of looks a little bit vaguely kind of like a flashlight. Sort of kind of cool, I think. On a bit more brighter. Hello. Excellent. Let's have a look at this thing. Yeah, it's in pretty bad condition, but beggars can't be choosers, eh, dog meat? Although I don't know if I'll really be using it because I want to reserve those bullets for I want to reserve those bullets for my sniper rifle. Well, that's not good, is it? How is this place not burned down yet? Ramen steak, yeah, why not? Let's just grab all the food we can get. I'm running a bit low, actually, back at the fridge in Megaton, so get back to little Brian Wilkes in a minute. Not in any serious rush to deliver him the bad news, quite frankly, but what we got here? God no. Teddy bear. A 32 pistol. 32 caliber rounds, which I will have. Sniper rounds. For the other sniper rifle, that is. Well, blast. God, the wasteland's a depressing place. Is that a roller skate? It is, isn't it? That sounds daft, but I don't think I've ever seen one of them in this game before. Anyway. Where are you, Wilkes? You're, oh, right, yeah, you're hiding in here, aren't you? You did say.
It's kind of hard to breathe in this thing.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Hello.
Come on, tell me already.
Got some bad news, I'm afraid.
Oh no. What happened?
I'm sorry, Brian, but your old man is hand food. That's just mean. Your father's dead.
He's dead? I guess I already knew. Besides, I'm too tired to cry anymore.
Well, it's sort of like, I'll stop whatever started this, but as far as Jazz is concerned, there doesn't seem to be anything that started this. It's just sort of, well, you know, a bunch of mutated ants wandered into town and killed everyone, and that sort of thing seems to happen quite a lot around here, so sounds a bit insensitive, but yeah, you probably shouldn't stay here, I think, is the sentiment here I think we're trying to convey.
Look, my dad used to always say, you can do whatever you want in life, but the family comes first. If I left now, I'd just be running away. I can't do that. I owe him.
But you know, if it'll make him feel better, fine. I'll stop whatever started this. I guess I'll kill all the ants or something. Promise.
You've gotta stop it, so this can't happen to anyone else's family ever again. I wish I had met you a long time ago. And then maybe my dad would still be alive. Thanks for doing all this. I'm feeling better now that you're here.
Well, anyway, I'd better go then, I suppose.
Be careful, or those things might get you.
Yeah, just ask dog meat. Speaking of which... Oh, damn it. This thing probably could do with a bit of repairing. No, you can't. not even for a second. Good grief.
Stupid monsters. Can't get me in here.
Yeah, speaking of which. Should probably shut that. Oh. Any more? Nah, doesn't look like it. Right, okay, so out of curiosity, what is our next quest objective exactly? Those. Remove the source of the fire ants. Okay, well, guess we better find out where the bloody hell the source of the fire ants is. There's another building over here. Might as well go check it out, and also, yeah. Right, what have we got? Hello, 7.62. That's the stuff. Need that for my M14 assault rifle, you know. I'll have that for repairing things and guns and bullets. Can we maybe have a quick flick through that, perhaps? Okay, keep reading. 1 of 4, fine. Also, could do with a cigarette, really. I think at this point, actually. Oh dear, the animations are all locked up. I can't put my gun away. That's not good. Yeah. Anyway, wow. Gotta say, Jess, you look kind of badass with all that gear on, actually. Especially with the old pistol. Anyway, it's the goggles, isn't it? It's the night vision goggles. There's something really awesome about them. I wonder what she looks like with the breather thingy on. God, yeah, there's armor. Yeah, I gotta admit, that's kind of cool. No real reason to wear it right now. It's probably quite uncomfortable, frankly, but still, it does look awesome. If we happen to go for any dips in any irradiated water, I'll know what to bring. Hello, what have we got? Box of detergent, Brexit cleaner, tin cans, all useful stuff, probably. Oh, hello, almost missed you. Well, I was hoping for a stim pack there, really, but never mind. What we got? Overturned fridge, coffee pot. No, get out the way, dog. Come on. A bedroom. Hang on a minute. Whiskey. Whiskey's worth money. There we go. Well, this place wasn't particularly useful. Never mind. Well, you know, we found some ammo and stuff, I guess. 7.62 whatever ammo. Oh. More ants. Wonderful. Oh yeah, on that note, actually, 7.62 ammo or whatever. Remind me never, ever, ever to mention anything to do with guns or bullets in this Let's Play ever again. My God. I swear to God, every time I do, I get swarmed by like 6 dozen complete and utter gun nuts in the comments who just, I don't know, have perverse joy in, whoops. Totally meant to do that. You take a sort of weird perverse joy in correcting every little tiny error I make when I'm talking about bullets. Seriously, dog meat, you've got to stop doing that. I love how chill he is, though, about being set on fire. Just standing there like, yeah, I'm on fire, so what? What are you going to do about it? Hmm? Right, oh, hello. Dog meat, calm the hell down, I'm on it. I have a sniper rifle, it's fine. Oh, hello. My God, there is a lot of them, isn't there? Right, well, source of the ants. Oh, there's one place we didn't check. The shack. Hello, what's that over there? Another metro station. I'm particularly keen on going into one of those, frankly. Hey, what? Where? I heard something. Ah, there you are. Stop hiding! And stop shooting dog meat! Damn it! Look, I know he's dead, and I know it says I can search him, but he will get up in a second. It's just the weird way essential NPCs work in Fallout for some reason. Right, there's one place we didn't search, and it was that shack, which we have a key for. So, oh my god, it's getting dark. Out of curiosity, what does it look like with the night vision off? Wow, okay, yeah, it's very dark. What time is it? Yeah, 7:31 PM, crikey. It does look kind of awesome though, doesn't it? Anyway, that's a bit better. That's more like it. I don't think we're ready to go full night vision just yet. So, recently built shack. Okay, so what do we got? Aha! A holotape. Pick that up in a second. Lab equipment. Oh, I feel right at home in here. Suitcase containing nothing useful. A computer that's locked. One of these robot things, except there's no robot. A Braxo cleaner, a hammer, a wrench, turpentine. And some boxes. Containing nothing useful. Right, then let's have a look at this then. Notes, is it? Ah, hello.
This could be the 5th time I've forgotten the code to my desktop terminal. I really must learn to be more organized. The password for my terminal is Formicida. How hard could that be for me to remember? Note to self, destroy this holotape as soon as move to new lab is complete.
Okay. Curiouser and curiouser, dog meat. Also, yes, it's been pointed out before, but Dr. Lesko sounds uncannily like, oh Christ, I've completely forgotten his name now, that's embarrassing. I've only watched the entire bloody series. Old guy from Futurama. I don't know why I can't remember it right now. I have watched Futurama all the way through, every single episode, almost twice, I think. And for some reason, I'm drawing a complete blank. But anyway, yeah, you probably know who I mean. You know, good news, everyone. You know. Anyway, Dr. Weston Lesko, private. Please do not access without permission. Well, tough. Activate science robot. Well, there's no science robot to activate, but what the hell? Error. Pod empty. Yeah. Science robot command input. Robot out of range. Personal notes. Where did I go wrong? Sample location discovered and dangers. Okay. Batch A27 is a complete failure. I must return to my original formulas and begin the process all over again. Perhaps the pressure of working in these conditions without proper laboratory equipment is to be blamed. Perhaps I simply didn't splice the correct genetic instructions, or perhaps I am fatigued. Whatever the case may be, A27 is proving to be a disaster. I must introduce a new formula soon, or I may not be alive to see my hypothesis come to fruition. Sample location discovered. I found the perfect specimen for my experiments inside Marigold Station. I've set up shop underground for now while I prepare for the experiment. All I need is a bit of last-minute programming on my robot, and it will be ready to perform the delicate injections. Soon I'll prove to everyone that my formula is a viable alternative to the destruction of these misunderstood beings. Eh? What? I realise the dangers involved in tampering with nature. I've heard the rhetoric and the hoopla about playing God. However, I am determined to reduce these poor things back to their original state when they were harmless. Only through genetic recoding is this possible. All that is needed is a proper test subject. My search continues as I tweak the formula. So, okay. One would assume he's talking about the ants. He wants to try and return them to their original size. I'm going to assume he's not responsible for them being big in the first place. The wasteland seems to have accomplished that all by itself. He's in Marigold Station, he says as well. And I suppose Marigold Station would be the subway station we saw earlier. Oh boy. Wasn't looking forward to going into one of those anytime soon, but I guess we don't have a choice. Oh dear, dog meat. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.